we lock and load. We lock and load. Allen Powers. It's the Allen Powers Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Powers Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Powers Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. It's the Allen Powers Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. Come on. Yeah.
Welcome everyone to the Allen Powell Show, Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Lock the Loaded show for you. A lot going on, man. Got my brother Victor Lebron in the building with his Cubs gear. I see you, brother.
Yo.
I like that hat, man. All white.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Yeah, all right, man. You enjoying your time, man? You enjoying
man. How about you, man? How about you, bro? Like literally, my body needed this, man. Like my body really needed this, man. Really.
Yeah. I'm enjoying myself too, man. I'm chilling. I see you got the I seen the whip. It's a nice whip you got, man.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
It seems like you're doing all right for yourself.
Hey, bro. I work like everybody else do, man. I go to work, I work hard, and I work a little extra, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's all. That's just how I work there, man. That's it.
That's what's up, man. So look, we got a lot to discuss, man. A lot has happened since the last show. I didn't do a show last week. A lot was going on with the draft, but Aaron Rodgers wants out. LeBron is hurt. He can't stay healthy all of a sudden. We got to talk about this MVP race. So we got a lot to discuss, man. But we're gonna first jump off with that draft that happened. You was all over some stuff, man. You called a few moves that the Bears made, but so I just wanted to ask you a few questions, man. We both Bears fans, but anybody who's tuning in who like other teams, feel free to tell me if your team improved. How did you like what your team did? For me and my brother Vic, I know we were happy. I was following you on social media, of course. So when San Francisco made the Trey Lance pick, I was in the same mindset you was in. You just posted it. You said, okay, now the draft has begun, because I think we both was in the same boat where we didn't know what San Fran was going to do, and it was going to kind of like set the draft up after that pick. What did you think about that pick and how it went?
Yeah, that was the first move. That was the first move that triggered down the effect to made it possible for the Bears to get the quarterback that they got. That was really like the first trigger down effect, because all this time, I'm thinking San Francisco just throwing up a smoke screen. I really thought they were set to take Justin Fields at number 3. That was me. I really thought that. I'm like, all this talk about Mac Jones and all this talk about Trey Lance at 3. I'm like, nah, man, Justin Fields is proven. He got that pedigree. He's done it against the top competition. I'm like, if I'm in San Francisco's position, this is my guy. This is the guy I'm taking. But they fooled me. They went Trey Lance and something their scouting department and their management sees that we didn't see. So I can't really knock them for, the way they doing things, But hey, I like the way it ended up for my Bears, man.
Yeah, they had me fooled, because I ain't gonna lie, I had no idea who they was gonna pick. I knew they was going to the pro days with Trey Lance. I knew Mac Jones was in the picture, but it was no clear-cut favorite. And I think that's a testament to them. You got to give them props for keeping everything under wraps. Nobody really knew what was going to happen.
Because even on the phone interview when they spoke with Trey Lance, he's like, I just found out now. I'm thinking they may have told him and told him to keep it under wraps. Literally, they kept it a secret until they actually picked the player. That was crazy.
Yes,
that was crazy.
Yes. So Trey Lance went number 3. I'm trying to think. Of course, Wilson went number 2, and then Trevor Lawrence. So we knew those 3. First of all, I don't even know how Wilson was so hyped up. Like,
you and I both, man. You and I both. I wasn't thoroughly impressed, man. I mean, I've seen guys put up, numbers like that in those whack conferences like he played at BYU, man. Come on, man, get out of here, bro. He ain't played against nobody. I just, it is what it is, though. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't see how he was just locked in at the number 2 spot. I don't.
I'm shocked because Robert Saleh, the new head coach for the Jets. I'm like, what do he see? Like this your first head coaching gig, and I don't know if it was him who made the call or the GM who made the call, but I'm pretty sure he had some influence on the pick, even though he's a defensive guy. Do you think the GM that was his call, or Robert Saleh had some input? He's a defensive guy.
That's the GM all day. Yeah, that's the GM all day, man. Because I know Sadler. I'm being honest. He probably would have loved to keep Darnold around some stuff about on that rookie contract and build up the defense. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, that was all the GM. That was all the GM.
So I guess if the stuff don't go wrong, it's gonna fall on the GM. But I'm pretty sure people gonna blame
fall on the GM, but and the head coach, because when one goes, usually the other goes too. They like a package deal. Yeah.
Right. So those 3 picks happened, and then as the picks kept falling, it was no Mac Jones and no Justin Fields. And when it got to number 10, I said, "Oh snap, we got a chance to get one of these quarterbacks."
Yes, we
do. And then a trade happened. I think you posted something. I don't know. And
I said, the Bears moving up to 11. I said, we finna see. I said, they moving up to number 11. Let's see what happens.
Right. So then the Bears end up on the clock.
And literally, I'm sitting there thinking like, man, we better not take Mac Jones. I'm like, we better not take Mac Jones, boy. I was like, we better not take Mac Jones, man. And we did. So
if they would have picked Mac Jones, you wouldn't have liked it?
No, bro. Nah, man. Not for the offense they have with the offensive line, the way everything is set up, not the way this team is built up. Like Justin Fields is the kind of quarterback they need. They need somebody back there who's mobile. That's what the NFL is trending more to. So too. Very few standstill pocket passers are, successful nowadays. You have some, but how many super duper offensive lines do you have to be able to protect guys like that nowadays? Like the league is trending towards more mobile quarterbacks.
Right.
The multi-dimensional, yeah.
Do you think the fact that they messed up on the last when they drafted Trubisky and they passed on Deshaun Watson and Pat Mahomes? Yeah. Do you think that played a part in the Justin Fields and the fact that this is a black quarterback? We seen what we did last time. We picked Mitch. It didn't work out, and the 2 black ones worked out, I would say, pretty well. Do you think the fact that he was a black or a mobile quarterback played a part in it?
I think the fact that he was a mobile quarterback more so played into the fact that he was black. Because honestly, although they whipped up Mitch Trubisky, bro, I still remember around the time when they drafted him, there were so many news outlets that had this guy rated as the number 1 quarterback. I didn't have a rated as number 1 quarterback, but there were so many outlets that rated this guy as the number 1 QB. Right. So I can see where they kind of whipped there. I just think that what made Fields the pick more so now, some things came out later on. I didn't know that the head coach at Ohio State and Matt Nagy were former rivals at like in college, and they played against each other, and they kept in contact, and they became friends over the years. So last year when Nagy was scouting Ohio State players, you know what I'm saying, he got a rundown on Justin Fields, and the coach told him like, yeah, he's a generational talent. And ever since then, that stuck with Matt Nagy. That was how it was, bro.
Right.
And people always say, but that you touched on it. I know we didn't really touch it, but I want to touch on that. I never really believed the Bears to not want to take a black quarterback, bro, to be honestly draft one. I know they haven't, and there are an argument can be made that they haven't. You know what I'm saying? Because they haven't. Like the facts are that they haven't up until now. So I want that. Right. I just think they've just made hella mistakes at the quarterback position, regardless of race. They just made mistake after mistake, bro. That's all it has, in my opinion. That's my opinion. They just made too many mistakes at the quarterback position over years. For some reason, this organization, even with whatever coach or whatever scouts, don't know how to draft, evaluate, and get the best out of a quarterback. So we're going to see now. I mean, Andy Reid is Andy Reid has heaped all his praise upon Matt Nagy as being his quarterback coach, saying if it wasn't for him, Patrick Mahomes wouldn't have been where he was ready to start the season. You know what I'm saying? That second season. So we're going to see how this plays out. Nagy got his guy. Ain't no excuse for you not to open your playbook. The offensive line improved over the second half of the last season, and you added more to that now. So ain't no excuses.
I think the reason why it's amplified that they hasn't drafted a black quarterback is because of what happened the last time with Mitch, and you had two black ones, and then they're doing very well, and you got the worst of the bunch. So
man, you got the worst of the whole. You got the worst of a whole last 4-5 bunches of quarterbacks, man. Like this guy, man. Don't even bring him up no more, bro. Let's not even bring up Mitch no more, man. But yeah, bro, they were determined not to whip on this quarterback again. And I think honestly, if Trey Lance was there and Justin Fields would have won, Trey Lance would have been the one to drop. I think they would have took Trey Lance. The only way they would have took Mac Jones if all the other quarterbacks were gone. That's the only way I saw it. I'm being honest. That's the only way till I dropped. Because if Trevor Lawrence would have dropped, they would have took him at 11. You get what I'm saying? It just
right.
This time it worked out well for him.
So they get the quarterback, and so now let's look at the rest of the draft picks. I don't know as much about the other draft picks. You probably would way more than I do. But I know they got the tackle from Oklahoma State, and they got another offensive lineman from Mizzou. But the rest of them guys, I have no idea what's going on. So if you got any information, man, about any of the draft picks, how you feel about them?
Man, I mean, they were drafted more so for depth and you know what I'm saying, and things like that. I mean, I love Jenkins because honestly, they had him mocked to us in the first round at pick number 20. So basically, at 39, we got a first round value at 39. So I'm really impressed with that. Warren, the offensive tackle from Missouri, he's a project. He is big, and that's it right now. He's too flabby, and he need to turn some of that flab into muscle. So I really think he's a project. They probably gonna get him in training camp this offseason, next offseason, and work on him shedding weight and adding muscle. And he prospects to be your starting right tackle in a couple years.
You called the Charles Leno release because it was going to save him some cap. You called it, and then it happened. How do you feel about these rookies jumping right in to go against the top, the NFL talent? Do you feel comfortable with these offensive?
I feel comfortable with Jenkins coming in and playing right away, bro, because he's just a big mean dude, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, he was rated one of the top 3 offensive linemen in the draft, and for us to get him at 39, you know what I'm saying? That was kind of good. I was ready for him to play, and I knew what was gonna go on with Leno because people that pay attention to the offseason, the Bears re-signed Charles Affetti to a 5-year deal. You don't sign a guy to $5 million to be a backup. So the writing was on the wall. They were already going to draft, you know what I'm saying, offensive line all day long. And there was possibility that Leno would be released because ever since the 2018 12-4 season, he's regressed.
Yeah.
He's regressed. He led the league in penalties as an offensive lineman in 2019. In his past season, he was just a walking. He couldn't block nobody, man. He couldn't block anybody.
So is Affetti going to play right tackle? Like, who are they going to play at right tackle?
Yeah, right now, Affetti's penciled in as your right tackle, and the rookie's going to start at left tackle in the place of Leno. Okay, then you go white hair mustard for Daniels across the rest of the line.
Okay, got it. Got a comment. Tierra Williams said not one HBCU. I know Dion made a comment about that. What are your thoughts about that, man?
You know how it is, man. You know how it is. But kind of crazy. More and more guys are going to HBCUs now. So I don't know, man. It's kind of tough, man. The competition. You could say that, the HBCUs don't face them competition, but you still wind up and see guys like Steve McNair's and you know what I'm saying, the Randy Moss and all these guys that come from these HBCUs that turn out pretty good. So that was kind of terrible. But I mean, there's still some that got signed as undrafted free agents that's gonna make some teams. It's always like that, man.
Even Trey Lance didn't come from a big school either. So
no, South Dakota. So yeah,
right,
yeah,
right. So I got a question. So okay, we got these draft class. We got Justin Fields. Now Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy are on their last year of their contracts.
Yeah, both are on their last year. Yeah.
So you would assume that they have to win now. Does this Justin Fields pick buy them more time?
Yes. I think it did. Yes. And it depends on how they want to go all about when they want him to play. Me personally as a fan, I would love to see him play from day one. You know what I'm saying? Where he can get a head start and learn all the kicks. But I could also understand why they would want to go with Dalton, even though he's the lesser of the quarterbacks. But I honestly think Fields is better than him right now. But I can always understand why they want to maybe go with Dalton for a few games just to not overwhelm the guy, then slide him in, you know what I'm saying, when the time is right. Like I said, I really think getting Justin Fields bought them at least next season. I do. Next season and the season now. At least this upcoming season and the season now. I do.
So okay, so next year, so you think they're gonna probably get like a 1-year extension or something?
Probably to see what they have, because I mean they can't go full all in. I mean, if they go in with Fields and start and he wins, you know what I'm saying, as a rookie, and they have a decent record, make the playoffs, they probably get a few year extension. But they just bring Fields in later on, don't make the playoffs, but they bring him in as a developmental piece. They'll probably just get 1 year to see if they can get him to the next level that following year, and then they probably get extended or something like that. But I don't see them getting.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, I don't see them getting a long-term deal without some kind of success next season, whether it be individual from Fields or team. You know, so that's the key. Like, what the plan? What are they playing? Like, what is the ownership looking at now? They're going to give them a chance to develop this quarterback right this time, but they're going to be like, okay, we drafted him for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to say.
That's what I was just gonna say. Like, the fact that they drafted Justin Fields, should that automatically give them more time, or nah? Okay, you drafted Justin Fields.
No. No, man. Now you gotta win. I mean, you had 112 in 4 seasons. The last 2 years you was 8-8. That ain't gonna cut it, man. I need some 10-11 win seasons consistently. You know what I'm saying? I need for us to make the playoffs consistently. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the teams in like the Green Bay Packers and some of these other teams in our conference do. They making the playoffs every year. You know what I'm saying? Seattle Seahawks. We need some consistency from our GM every year. He has made some good moves. I can't even lie. He's had some good draft picks in the later round. But what his defining thing is drafting that wrong quarterback, and it set the franchise back to where we at now. He's got to get out of that, and he got to get out of that. He got to try to make up for that and make up for that quick.
Do you think they're going to go by the same model? Because Nagy wasn't here when they drafted Trubisky, but he was in Kansas City, and he's seen how Mahomes sat a year, and then he blew up the next year and a year after that. Do you think he's going to try to do that same model, or because I throw him in the fire?
I really think he's going to try to hold off throwing Justin Fields out there. I really think he's going to try to hold off throwing him out there. But if it gets to training camp and guys like Khalil Mack and all these guys are making it tough on this guy in training camp, and he can't move and he can't evade that pressure, and then you got a young guy coming there running the 4-4 at the quarterback position with a laser arm, and he's moving and scaling out the pocket, he's making throws, he may force your hand. Justin Fields may force your hand. And that's what Nagy's hoping. See what I'm saying? Alex Smith was a more proven quarterback and a better quarterback than Andy Dalton was at the time that we got him. So it's kind of two different situations. Like, if you bring in Justin Fields and he shows from day one in training camp that he got a hold of the playbook, he grasped the concept, I see no reason for you not to play. Give you the best chance to win. I see no reason for you not to play him. If he's up to speed, I see no reason. These guys are coming more and more nowadays, more and more prepared to play from day one.
Right.
I mean, that's just my take. You gave up a first-round pick next year, a 5th-round pick this year, 4th-round pick next year. Like, you gave up all this draft capital for this guy to be your starting quarterback. Put him in there, let him do what he do. Put him in there, let him do what he do. The kid has won every way he been. He take care of the football. He didn't have really many. He had like 60-something touchdowns at Ohio State with like less than 10 interceptions in his career. I mean, I don't see no reason not to start the kid.
If he starts, but the team does not do well, do you still give Matt Nagy Pace more time, or they fire?
They got to go then, because these are the guys that you brought. These are the guys that you brought in here, and if they not performing, you paying guys like Khalil Mack and Eddie Goldman and Eddie Jackson and all these guys all this money, and they ain't winning. This is your mess. You got to go. Yeah, I don't know. They got to. They need. This need to be a good franchise in every sense of the way. Ain't no, oh man, no, there's no moral victories anymore. All the moral victories out the door. You ate those. You had your chance. That last season, making the playoffs at 8-8, kind of bought you. That bought you this year, really, when you didn't deserve it. That bought you this year. So now that you got Justin Fields and these guys, I need for you to win more than 8 games. If you were 8-8 without a good quarterback, I'm expecting 10-11 wins this year from this team. I'm expecting 10-11 wins.
Wow,
10-11. Those are my expectations. With the money, bro, with the money that this team has spent up against the salary cap, where you having to cut your best players, you need to win then. You need to win. You need to win, man. You know.
10-11 wins, even if Justin Fields starts.
Even if Justin Fields starts, bro, I don't see no way that they're not a winner. So that's just, you got to really look at that, bro. They lost so many games last year where the defense kept in the game. They lost a game out there in Tennessee 16-9. These are all wins with any competent quarterback play, bro. You won 8 games. You had lost a game on Monday Night Football against the Rams where you scored like 8 points. Like, get a quarterback when they can get you 2-3 more touchdowns. Like, lift the Bears scored 25 points a game, bro. They're a 12-win team. I don't see no reason why you can't. You got to people fail to realize you had a 1,200-yard, 100-catch receiver with bum quarterback play. You had a 1,000-yard rusher. You got a rookie tight end you took last year in the second round that you're going to develop. There's potential on this team. I'm expecting for this coach and this management who paid all these guys the money to get the best out and put a winning product out on this field, man. Period.
What about the fact that he's a rookie and there might be some growing pains?
Hey, it is what it is. I can take those. There are gonna be some, but let him get him out the way week 1, 2, and 3. That way by week 17, he's almost a seasoned veteran. You know what I'm saying? Ain't too much he ain't seen. And the mistakes should be minimum by then.
Okay. Moving on, man. We had some news in the same division. The day of the draft, we had some news that Aaron Rodgers wanted out. And
Marcus Miller, killer. What's my boy Killer? Marcus Miller, you watching what?
Let me go tag him right quick.
Man. You know, that's how they always do. Hey, bro, that's how the Packers organization always do it. What did Aaron Rodgers expect? When they brought you in and did the same thing to Brett Favre, bro, with the Jordan Love situation, the same thing. Then Brett was like kind of pissed off. So Brett was kind of pissed off. So he figured along with y'all for 1 year whether he wasn't gonna come back or not. He came back or whatever.
Crazy, man. Crazy.
He did the same thing the next year. Y'all kind of like played him or whatever. So y'all wound up trading him to the Jets, was a bogus move. You know what I'm saying? Try to force him to retire. He like, no, I'm gonna go to the Jets. But then he came back with the Vikings and had a pretty good year. So this is nothing new from the Packers organization, man. This is what they do. They feel like they're in control and they don't care what you've done, how much you've won there. There's like no kind of like whatever. They just like, well, okay, Aaron Rodgers over with.
Speaking of Marcus Miller, man, when the news broke, he just put, oh, man, he just doing this draft day. He just doing it because it was a draft and this and that. He's not a believer that. I don't know if he just don't want to believe or whatever the case may be, but he does not believe that Aaron Rodgers has played his last down as a Green Bay Packer. Do you think it's over?
I think it's over with, bro. I think it's over with. They just don't want to face reality, though, bro, because they know that Jordan Love is the next Mitchell Trubisky of the division. You know what I'm saying? They already know that Jordan Love is the next Mitchell Trubisky of the division, and they know that all that crap talking and all that stuff is over with. It's over. Wow. It's over, bro. It's over. Like literally, the man just praised one of young guys who made the team. Like, man, this guy's up and coming. He's good. The Packers cut the same dude the next day. Right after Rodgers praised this guy, the Packers cut the man the next day, bro.
Why does it seem like they keep disrespecting him or not taking into consideration how he feel about stuff? What is going on?
Because that's how the Packers organization is. It's like it's us, it's our way or no way. We don't care who you are, we don't care what you've done. And the history with their quarterback and their players, I've showed you that. Jordy Nelson, Brett Favre, Jermichael Finley, when these guys get hurt or towards the end of their career, rush them right out the door. Get them right up out of there. No, not a second thought, not a consideration. Nobody retiring a Packer. They don't care about that. They don't care, bro.
Do you got a team that you think he's going to go to?
I'm hearing rumors that he may wind up on the Denver Broncos. I hope he goes to the AFC. I do. I don't care what team it is. If it is, I hope it's in the AFC.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. I knew it was some feelings when they drafted.
It ain't really that. As a Bears fan, I want him out the conference. As a football fan, I would love to see him, Mahomes, the guy from Buffalo, their quarterback, Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, all these young quarterbacks in the AFC battling each other against this veteran to see where he is. Because he said he would love to go to from what I'm hearing, he would love to go any team in the AFC West, the Raiders or Denver, or one of them where he can play against Patrick Mahomes every year and stop him from getting to the Super Bowl. There were rumors out there that he said, I don't know how true that is, but there were rumors saying he would prefer a trade to the AFC West.
Well, I think he came from California, so he probably trying to get out there on the West Coast too. I heard that a little bit too.
I don't know how true it was or whatever. They said San Francisco did like a little due diligence on him before the draft too, when they heard rumblings offering up the third pick or whatever to get him, but Green Bay said no.
Armand Armstead says Denver, New Orleans, or Cleveland. I don't see him going to Cleveland. I don't see him going to Cleveland. Denver is a possibility because, like I said, I think if Green Bay trade him, they're gonna try to send him out there to the AFC as well. They're not gonna keep him in the same conference.
Yeah, I think Nola will be a good fit, but I don't see him going there. I think Denver is the more likely landing spot because they have the money to absorb his contract. They have the draft capital to give up in the trade for him. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said Denver. Denver has the most stuff to give, you know what I'm saying, to offer for him. You know what I'm saying? They can absorb his contract because the only person down there really signed to big time money is Miller.
Got it.
And they need a quarterback. And when he come in there, he don't have to worry about nothing. He is the man. They're not gonna go out and draft a quarterback like he did. You already know that. They got caught. Right. They got caught when Peyton Manning got injured with their jaws down because they went all in on him. So they bring Rodgers in. They're gonna go all in and try to build around him. It will probably be a good team too. I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see how that goes. Let's transition.
Denver got a good coach down there, Vic Fangio, who I wish still here in Chicago. Yeah.
Big facts. So let's transition to some basketball, man. A lot of people been talking about the MVP race and things of that nature. Let's see. Armand. Before we get there, Armand says, "Bro, New Orleans is a perfect fit. That squad is built for a ring." I mean, it's a nice fit, but I don't think Green Bay will keep him in the division. That's the issue. And not in the division, but the conference. So
he would be a good fit. He would be a good fit for them offensively. But Drew Brees wasn't that bad. What New Orleans lost that was they were still getting up a lot of points on defense with the Rashawn Lattimore and all those players they got on defense. They were still getting scored on, bro. So him being a good fit, Rodgers would be a good fit anywhere. But to say that they right away from a ring, nah, man, that defense got to improve, bro. New Orleans ain't ready to win no ring, man. They need to get better on the defensive side of the ball. They need a quarterback and they need to improve on defense.
If they was to get Rodgers, I think they'd be right there at the top.
They would be because they'd be able to score with him and that receiver and Alvin Kamara. They would have a dynamic offense. But you have so many dynamic offenses in football to where it is eventually. To be able to you got to be able to get some stops eventually. And that's what people fail to realize while they heaping all this praise on Brady for that Super Bowl. The Bucs defense came up big all playoffs. They went into Lambeau and knocked Rodgers off. They intercepted them a few times. So, you know what I'm saying? They would be good. They would be good offensively. They would be great offensively with Kamara Thomas and Aaron Rodgers. Oh my goodness, that would be something special. But you will also lose out money taking on Rodgers' contract to spend on your defense though too.
They definitely probably have to make some moves. Let's transition to some basketball. My brother Armand, he made a post about the MVP race. I gave my opinion. But it's been a lot of conversation about the NBA MVP. I told him when he asked me, I said Jokic for me. And then he asked why. So let me see. Before we get into Justin Campbell, I'm glad Rodgers wants to leave the Packers. Now as Bears fan can make fun of the Cheeseheads. Wouldn't it be crazy if he came to the Bears? It'd be crazy, but that ain't gonna happen.
It would have been crazy if he came to the Bears before we. It would have been crazy if he came to the Bears before we drafted a quarterback, but not now.
And if Green Bay would not dare trade him to the Bears, that was
no. That's what I said. Yeah, he would have to come here as a free agent.
Yeah. But we had a lot of people discussing the MVP race. I got Jokic for me, man. Right now, who's your MVP for the NBA?
Jokic, yeah, it's Jokic. I mean, he stayed healthy. He's been the most consistent. And Joel Embiid is my close second. And third. Some people disagree. Third for me is Chris Paul.
Okay, you got him third. So yeah, Armand has said CP3 is the MVP for him. And I had to break it down. I said it's Jokic for me because he's played every game. He's leading the team in almost all the categories. And now he's doing it without Jamal Murray. If you look at CP3, he's playing with Devin Booker, who's an all-star. And you got a decent DeAndre Ayton. So for me, it's
you got a young 21-year-old center who's developed into one of the best young centers in the NBA, and nobody even taking notice. So yeah. But Chris Paul though, bro. But that is almost the same roster as last year without Chris Paul, bro. He came once he got there. He took them from the 7th seed to the top seed. That says a lot. That says a lot. But definitely Jokic is Jokic to lose, bro. Though it is though, bro. He's averaging almost a triple-double, man. The dude's almost averaging a triple-double. Denver is in the one of the top teams in the West. Like he's MVP in my opinion, bro.
Where does Luka fall for MVP? Because he's been doing it without Porzingis for a while now, and they holding on to a top 7, top 8 seed themselves. Where do you got Luka ranked?
He's in my top 10, bro. There's a few other guys I got before Luka. You know what I'm saying? But he's in my top 10. I really haven't done a top 10 list. I already just did like my top 5. Like I told you, I gave you my 3: Jokic, Embiid, CP3. Those are my top 3. You know what I'm saying? Followed by Steph. I would put Steph in there before I put Luka. I mean, with Golden State being an 8th seed with all those injuries and what this man is doing is ridiculous. So he would round he would round on my top. He would round on my top 4, along with Booker too for Phoenix. That would be my top 5 MVP cap.
Booker. So there you go. If you got Booker in your top 5, then you got two MVP candidates.
Most teams when they win like that do though. I said Jokic was number 1, but most teams with an MVP player always have like a caliber player like another caliber MVP player for the most part.
But usually if you have 2 of those caliber players, it'll go against the person as well because, you got this. Usually they'll try to pick somebody with a great record who's doing it with less or it was unexpected.
Right. That's for the most part. That's why you and I said Jokic because he's been healthy and he's put the numbers up. And not only is he having individual success, but it's leading the team success too.
Armand says, "Come on, man, y'all killing me. Who got the 2nd best record in the West?" Listen, I'm not. Listen, CP3 is balling, like you say, Vic.
Yeah,
CP3. He's doing his thing. He's just not my front runner. That's all.
He's not my front runner either. But he's up there. But bro, you can't take away from what Jokic is doing. You can't do that. You can't.
So I don't know if you can see it. He said no Russell Westbrook. Another one of my guys says why. He said no. Another one of my guys said why Westbrook not getting any love, and I responded back. I said because of their team record. Their team record is trash.
It is. I mean, compared to the other guys, you got a lot, bro. You got a lot of guys that's putting up some great individual numbers. If you just want to start throwing guys in there because they putting up numbers, Hell, Zach LaVine was the MVP candidate then. The man was putting up 35 and 5, shooting 42% from 3, 50% from the field before he got injured. Was he really an MVP candidate? No.
Right.
The Bulls record says otherwise. Same thing with Westbrook, and I love him. You know, everybody try to make it like everybody hate and ignore this brother game. No, it's not that. This brother is great. He put up great numbers, but he don't win. He doesn't win the big games. He don't win the big games. With all those triple doubles and all that, he don't win the big games. He's not the type of guy that you build a winner around. And I love, bro. He can, like, you put him on a team with where they got a good big man that's shooting, and now you got something. But he got to be the second best player. He go out there putting triple doubles every night. That takes away from everything else on the team.
Right. He says, let's see. He didn't start the season with them. We talking about Westbrook? He played enough games with him. Like, come on, man.
Right, man. He played enough games.
Yeah. But I will say this. About the Wizards. I do want to see them in the first round of the playoffs because I think they can give somebody a little trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody said they can beat Brooklyn. So all the people that think they can beat Brooklyn, I'm gonna send you my cash app information for you to go and send me that money because I'm taking our bet. Brooklyn will blow them boys out. They not winning no first round if they have to go up against Brooklyn. Now they may win a game against Philly, but Philly gonna beat them too. I like them, bro, but stop it. That regular season when you're going against the same team, and you can't make no adjustments. It's different. Like, yeah, game to game. You got the Bulls tonight. You got Charlotte tomorrow night. They play two different styles. Joel Embiid pounding them in the paint 7 games in the 7-game series. It's over. Them having to guard Kevin Durant, Kyrie, and Harden in the 7-game series. I'm sorry, it's over, man. They ain't gonna upset nobody in no first round, but they better hope they move up to like the 5th seed and they wind up with like Boston or Atlanta, one of them teams, because they probably can beat that team. But they ain't beating Philly or Brooklyn. No. And they might not be the good Knicks team. They might not be the good Knicks team either, the way they defeat. So I don't know, bro. I don't know about the Wizards upsetting nobody, bro. I don't see it. That's just me.
Armand says Knicks is asleep. Let me ask you this, man. LeBron has been limping around a lot lately, man. He can't stay healthy. Are the Lakers in trouble with his? And he said himself, he's probably not going to be 100% for the rest of the season. Are the Lakers in trouble in the West?
Bro, I had him in trouble from the beginning. Like I didn't have them to repeat. So these injuries made it even worse. And it's not even him. It's what they've been getting out of AD when he's been there. He's not playing the same as he did last year in the bubble. Like, he's averaging 8 less points. His shooting is down, rebounds down, like all around the board. AD is not having a typical AD season. And I'm more concerned about him getting up to snuff. And they going in the series against all these teams with these quality big men like a Jokic and Rudy Gobert and some of these other things. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where the problem gonna lie is. I think LeBron will be back healthy. LeBron gonna do what LeBron does, but I still don't think it's gonna be enough. They just like teams got better than them over these teams got better than them over the offseason. Here's what it is. Teams got better.
Armand is a Lakers fan. He's not feeling what we're talking about, but they on the cusp of playing in the play-in.
And so, just imagine those. LeBron ain't no spring chicken. Imagine those play-in games plus all the other series if he has to do that to get to the finals. That's a lot of games for that man. What was he, 37? 36?
Yeah, 36.
So he ain't been 100% all year as it is. So now you got him playing more games to get to the ultimate goal.
Listen,
the man said he's logging off. He came with us.
Yeah. He can't take the Lakers. But
I hear you, bro.
LeBron has some comments about the play-in game, so I'm gonna play you this sound, and I got a couple of questions about LeBron and his comments. So let me see if I can go to the I'm gonna go to the sound, and then I want to hear what you got to say.
Okay.
Does that change your mindset at all?
Well, it doesn't matter at the end of the day if I'm not, 100% close to 100%. It don't matter, where we land. So, that's my mindset. And if this happens to we end up at 6th or 5th or whatever the case may be, or we end up in the playoff, whatever that need to be fine. But whatever.
All right, so I'm gonna stop it right there.
Bro, hey, bro, he was all
Yeah.
fun to play in last year to get the season going back where he could get that bubble championship. He was the main advocate of the play-in and all that last year. Boy, mighty strange how a few months changed, LeBron. But that's typical you. This is why I'm not a fan, bro. I give you your props as a great player, but it's things like this is why I don't fool with you, bro. This is why. This is why, bro. Lame, bro. That dude. Man, bro.
Listen, we didn't hear nothing about him and the playing game at the beginning of the season when he was in the top 2 seed. Now let me see if I can find these standings.
Yeah, find them standings.
So if people can see that they're only a game above Portland for the 7th seed, and if they get into that 7th seed, they would have to play in a play-in game. So I think it's getting a little frustrating, the fact that he might have to play in a play-in game. He already not healthy. Do you think what do you think about is it disrespectful that he said somebody need to get fired?
That's very disrespectful. That was very disrespectful. That was very disrespectful, very uncalled for, bro, very unprofessional on his part. But this the same guy that had a concert when he signed a free agent concert and guaranteed not 1, not 2, not 3 championships. So, bro, I'm just so I'm through with LeBron, man. I'm just sick of this dude, man. I really am. Crybaby, whining. Like, bro, I'm just sick of him.
Do you like the play-in tournament?
I really don't. But I understand why they're doing it now with the season being shorter, with this pandemic and all that. They're trying to get the games up to stuff. No, I'll be glad when they get back to regular season. I wasn't a fan of it last year. I'm not a fan of it now.
Look, for me, I don't think I liked it at first, but then when I started looking at it, I was like, man, I think Washington, if they do get in, like I said, I don't think they're gonna win. I don't think they're gonna beat Brooklyn or Philly. But I think they can make things interesting, especially if they go against Philly. I think they can probably take them to 6 games. They ain't gonna win a series, but I think they can. If you got Russ and Bradley Beal, Russ can carry a game by itself, a game or 2 by itself. So I think they can make it interesting. And you want the stars in the playoffs. Don't do that make sense? That you can get extra in the playoffs.
I can get your understanding. I can get your understanding on, bro. But when Joel Embiid has been healthy this year, he's been the MVP even over Jokic. He just ain't been healthy enough. That's why I got it, bro. Like literally, if Joel Embiid is healthy, I don't see them winning the game, man. If he's playing at his game, him, and then you got Ben Simmons is turning to probably the defensive player of the year, and he's getting you more offense than I even expected. He still give you 15, 16 a game. I wasn't expecting that. I'm looking at it, average like 10 a game or something like that. He's up the score. He's already been a good rebounder passer. He's one of the better defenders in the league, bro. I like Philly, bro. I think Joel Embiid is the toughest matchup in the Eastern Conference for any team, including Brooklyn. He is. Yeah, That's the X factor of the Eastern Conference.
So look, and then if we look at the Western Conference, Memphis and San Antonio. No, I don't think nobody care to see San Antonio. They ain't really got no star
man,
power.
I don't.
John Morant, of course, Golden State is the 8th seed right now. Before time, they was in a 9 and a 10, and everybody wants to see that.
Yeah. Now they move. Now Steph out there putting up these 40, 50-point games on them, and they're getting healthy. Everybody trying to get out of that 1 slot and hope Golden State fall down there where they're not playing, because they wound up getting that play in. The Lakers in the play in, they all messed up. Ooh, that might be tough on them Lakers. They have to go against Steph, boy. Ooh, that might be some problems, boy.
If Golden State get the 8th seed and they play against Utah, how does that series go?
Ooh. Utah is 6. Utah is 6, but they're gonna have their hands full. That's gonna be nothing easy, and that's why that second round, whoever Utah get, gonna knock them out. So that's the thing about the West. The West, whoever the 1 seed is, the 8th seed could be like the 3 seed in the other conference. Like 1 through 10 in the West are all good teams. Like ain't no night off. So even in the playoffs, so Utah gets Golden State. Utah will want to avoid that. They would not even look forward to that. They would not be looking forward to that at all.
How do you see that series panning out if that actually happens?
I still would take Utah though, bro. I still would take Utah though, just because they're a little bit more deeper than Golden State. But Steph gonna do his thing, like I said. A Utah in 6. I still would take Utah in 6.
Utah in 6. Got you. All right, man. So that's it for the NBA, man. Couple of other things I want to touch on, man. We got going on. I know I ain't tell you about it, but I just wanted to get. I know you into music as well. We got a versus battle coming on this Saturday for the women. Escaping SWV.
Oh, okay.
At first,
I got SWV, man.
Okay, so at first I was like Escape, just going back trying to remember the songs or whatever that they had. At first I had Escape, but then started going back like the hits that the SWV had. It's like, bro, they got a nice catalog.
Yeah, SWV called, bro. Yes, sir. Yeah.
So I you got SWV, I got SWV as well, man. But I think it's gonna be a nice versus, man. And I was sleeping on SWV catalog. I remember a few songs, but they got a nice catalog.
Yeah, they got hits, bro.
They got hits for sure. As far as verses go, is it somebody that you want to see that you ain't seen yet?
Yeah, it really is, man. I want to see NWA versus Wu-Tang, man.
NWA versus Wu-Tang. Wow.
Yeah, those two of my favorite groups, man. You know,
okay.
or like some Outkast versus Mobb Deep or some type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, I want to see Mary J and Mariah. Like those two right there got a catalog, and I think that would be a dope versus because they have not been featured yet, and they got a catalog that's very
that would be cool. Yeah, I never even thought about that. That would be nice. What really would have been nice if Whitney was still alive and her and Mariah.
Yeah.
I just don't think. I don't think nobody catalog up the par with Whitney's though, bro. Not even Mariah. I don't think Mariah's catalog. Whitney just was on another planet, bro.
Can anybody touch Beyonce in the verses?
No, probably not. No, not a female. No, not a female. Probably not. I'm sitting here trying to think because like who consistently came down with music and stayed up at the top that long on that type of stuff. Nah, man, maybe Alicia Keys can give her a battle.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think she got enough hits?
I don't think she got enough for Beyonce. Beyonce got not only does she have a large catalog, but they like #1 hits. Like they not itty bitty hits. These are huge knockout.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, bro. Now you said you wasn't. You know, say you didn't know SWV's catalog. Now I'm gonna challenge you, bro. Go back and do your due diligence on Alicia Keys, then come back and tell me. You may still take Beyonce. Which I think you will. But I think you'll have a newfound respect for what Alicia Keys brings to the table, bro. She got a few more hits than you think.
I know Alicia got hits, but I'm just talking about the magnitude of the hits. I think Beyonce's the magnitude of her hits is just so.
Yeah, she made a lot of pop music, so there's not really many female artists out here that makes pop music like Beyonce does. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, most of the females still really stick to R&B. There aren't many female pop stars like Beyonce. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think about Mary? What do you think about Mary's catalog against Beyonce's?
Mary been around a little bit longer, so I would take her catalog over Beyonce's. I would. That's just me personally. Mary just what's the 411? Like, I mean, I'm looking for some bad. I'm looking for a bad like album for Mary. When I go through her stuff, I don't see any. I'm looking for a bad collaboration. I don't see any. Like Mary, that's why she's the queen of hip hop. That's why she's the queen of R&B and hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why she got that spot. She always come with the stuff for the streets. Always.
That's what's up. Well, I'm definitely gonna try to check it out if I get a chance. The SWV and Escape, man, to see.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely be on that, man. Give me something to do.
Yeah. We also got Mother's Day coming up, man. Do you got any plans for Mother's Day?
Oh man, just hang out with the missus and my mom, and you know what I'm saying. The kids probably have some dinner and just talk. But other than that, nah, man, I don't really have a whole lot of plans. You know what I'm saying. Mom like this with the pandemic and all that. With her, still working in the medical field, she don't like to go out too much. You know what I'm saying.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well,
So,
happy
yeah,
Mother's
we
Day.
probably just be at our house for dinner and laughing and joking and probably card game or something. The good thing about this year, man, none of us have to work out the day after Mother's Day, man.
That is true. That is true. We are definitely off. But happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there from the Allen Powell Show. Sir. Everybody who tuned in, watch. Make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube. Follow the page. Always, the merch is always available. As always, you can get the merch. And if you want to advertise, know somebody got a business, want to advertise, message us, and we can make that happen. So, before we get up out of here, man, to come to church to me is real simple, man. God loves you. You are important. You are worthy to him. So just keep that in mind, that God loves you. Go to him with anything, and he will work it out for you. For my brother Vic, appreciate you jumping on with me, man, dropping that football knowledge for us, man, and the knowledge overall. Appreciate it. And
man, thanks for having me on the show, bro.
No doubt.
I hadn't been on in a while, man. I thought you had forgot about me.
You always on the list, brother. You always on the list. I just pick and choose my spots, man. So I definitely appreciate it again,
you, bro.
For sure, man. So we're gonna see y'all. We're gonna see y'all next week, and I'll holler at you.
We lock and load, Allen Powell. It's the Allen Powell Show. Yeah. We lock and load. Come on.